Good morning, magandang umaga, and welcome to today's episode of My PI Dream. Today is Monday, and it is build day 197. It's build day 197 on the construction schedule out at Villa FELIZ. Hold on. Hey, good morning, Bart. Yes. I'm fine today. How are you? I like your haircut. Nice. You okay? So anyway, on the build schedule today, we are going to be finishing up, like I said, just finishing up the stainless steel gutters. We are going to be in preparation for the roofing tiles, which is going to be delivered tomorrow. Good morning. How are you today? Good morning. No word from my plumber this morning, so I'm going into work without having my kitchen spigot faucet fixed. Hopefully sometime today, maybe if I get up a little bit early in the afternoon, I can speak with my landlord to see when they're going to come by and fix that. Also, no call yet, but I don't expect to get a call about my vehicle to be picked up in Tonga City, Batangas Toyota, until I expect maybe around Wednesday, and we'll see about that. So anyway, let's go ahead and get the build day started. All right, let's get today's build day started. So without further delay, let's get today's video underway. Good morning.
Sorry.
How are you this morning?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing good. I expected to see your husband here this morning, but I'm glad to see you here this morning. He's not feeling well. Oh.
He's inside the house.
Ah, he's resting. He's resting. Ah, hopefully it's nothing so bad. So anyway, this is my plumber. My plumber tracked me down. I didn't get past Michelle's. So we're gonna go back to the house, we're gonna go back to the apartment, and we're gonna go fix that, and then we'll head into Villa FELIZ. New.
We don't have stainless.
No stainless.
Yes, the store is closed.
Well, hopefully this one doesn't break immediately like the other one.
Inside, good quality.
No stainless. Oh, we probably don't have any water. We usually never have water this time of the morning. Oh, we have some water here. Okay, water here. How about there? Water?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you guys. Thank you. Salamat. Okay, take two.
Yes.
Hey, I got my plumbing's all fixed. So I got my sink is corrected, and the faucet outside is corrected, and I'm good. So dog food.
Dog food.
Dog
Yes,
food.
sure.
Oh, and you gave me a shopping bag. It's just like,
Yes.
oh, my dogs are gonna love the color of your shopping bag.
Yes.
So anyway, these are my neighbors right down the street from me here in the barangay of Anilao, and they have, you see these are called Hawaiian palms. At least that's what they explain. Hawaiian palm. And what they do is they have small seedlings of these, and these are beautiful palms here, and they have their own little nursery.
They are kids.
And they have this, they're like a place that had like a nursery here, and I wanted to show you some of the plants. And I showed you very early on in the episode, but I want to show you some of the plants that have grown over the summer months into this time now. And these are the seedlings right here.
Yeah.
All these right here. And these are the seedlings of the Hawaiian palm that they have. And if you're in this area and you need Hawaiian palms, they have them here, and they're probably less expensive than you would find in some of the bigger nurseries. And oh, these would be.
Yeah.
I was telling your sister that these would be wonderful, like in the sunroom or inside in the house or on a patio. These are beautiful.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Also these plants and these.
And they all look so nice and healthy. Yeah.
Welcome, welcome.
Yeah, you buy that also.
What is it? What is this called? Is that a shrub?
Welcome. That plant is welcome.
Welcome.
Yeah.
It's welcome. Do you put that?
Everybody's welcome.
Everybody's welcome. So you put that at the front of your house or at your gateway coming in.
Like this,
Let-
you look.
Oh, you put it at the front, just like this.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we will have to have some welcome at the front of our house too. I always love all the plants that you have inside here. Look at these. This is just a beautiful, beautiful yard you have here also with all your plants.
Thank you.
Okay, well I will come back. So I want you to kind of take a look this morning. The entire sky is covered with clouds. But it's those kind of clouds. It's those kind of clouds that you never know. Ah, what do you got to you got some banana? Oh. Banana. And how much for the banana? Half amount.
30. 33.
30? 30?
33.
33. 33. Let me see what I have. Let me see. Yes. I can do that. I needed some banana for lunch today. It's good. Here, you take 5, and I'll just take that, and we'll do 35.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Have a great day. Good morning. Anyway, if you live in the subdivision, if there are any utility bills that come, all utility bills are delivered at the guard shack right there. It's security. And as you come through right after the bill has been presented to them, if they see you in the morning, what they'll do is they'll say, oh, you have a bill. And I'm like, okay. So I got my my Bottleneck bill this morning. And the total amount for this one is $3,347.96. That is a really big electricity bill, but that is the electricity bill for all of the construction that's going on here at Villa FELIZ. And that is mainly, it's normally about 800 pesos, but why it's so high is those welding machines for the roof. Those welding machines, 2 welding machines, and I noticed it almost doubled when they went from 1 welding machine to 2 welding machines. So good morning. So electricity is very expensive when it comes to high current items. So that's something you have to be considering when you're buying appliances for your house. Anything that draws a lot of current, things such as your if you have a hot water heater, if you have a aircon unit or something like that, you want to select something that is energy efficient, specifically something that has a DC inverter in it. Refrigerators, refs, aircon units, and maybe hot water heaters. You should look for something with an inverter. You know, we're going to be doing some landscaping fairly soon, probably in the next 60 days, once the yard is graded and we have the retaining walls up and things like that. And we're going to be putting palms in all around our house. I love palm trees. I love anything that's tropical. You saw back at my house in the United States, in a place that you don't normally put things like banana trees in, but well, we have palms all over Charleston. But I have banana plants and everything like that because I love the tropics. But you see this palm right here. with the red accents on. I don't know if you can see so well. Let me see if I can. Oh yeah, there we go. But I am looking for palms just like this. This is my friend and neighbor's yard over here, and he has these beautiful. And I think these are those Hawaiian palms. I want to put some Hawaiian palms, and I'll get from my neighbor in Anilao. And I want this one with the red accents inside it. I've seen these palms before, but I've never seen them except for his yard that has the wonderful red trunks on them like this right here. So if anybody knows the name of this variety, please let me know. Or I could ask my neighbor, except he only comes here sometimes on the weekends. This is like his summer home. So something I wanted to show you, and I probably never talked about it before, but a lot of people who purchase lots inside here to build a house, remember these are farm lots. The farm lots have a restriction. You can only use, the footprint of your house can only be 25% of the total area space that's on your lot. And that has to do with reduction of taxes that are assessed on your property. And it's a pretty good deal to be able to get what they call a farm lot out here. So some people like to have a little bit bigger of a house than which is normally more than 25%, especially if you have anything that is maybe about a 750 square meter lot, which is the standard here. They have larger ones, they have smaller ones, but that's about the size of it. So if you do a 750, on the top of my mind, I'm going to just guess around 170, 175, something like 175 square meters would be your footprint of your house. So some people like to have a house that's a little bit bigger than that. So what they end up doing is they end up buying a second lot right next to their lot, and they use it for nothing but farming. And this is my friend Edgar's house over here. And this entire lot right here, which is it's a little rough because he only uses it for gardening. And you saw those were the bananas on his lot that we looked at as we were coming in, just after we passed the little bridge with the angel. And he has papaya, and he has, I can't even begin to think of all the things he has back on this. And it's a little bit more rural than his manicured lot where he has his house on. And even on the one that he has his house on up here, he also has banana trees all over his front yard and things like that. But this is his gardening area in the back. So something to consider if you're thinking about purchasing a lot and you really like gardening space. Or you can do something like what one of the neighbors here right across the street from Edgar's house, they have a live-in bahikubo here that's got the bedrooms. I haven't seen the inside of this, but it looks like a very nice bahikubo. And I love their steps that take you down to the front yard, but they also have a outdoor bahikubo over here for entertaining and just enjoying. And I believe it's for I only see them like on the weekends, so I don't know where they live, and it's possible that they just come out here on the weekends to relax. So like I was saying the other day, the options for developing your lot are anything from gardening, building a bahikubo, building a bahikubo with gardening, or actually building a full-size house on your lot. And one more thing before we get to the job site that I want to share with you is if you own a lot out here, a lot of subdivisions require you start building within a certain period of time after you purchase the lot. It might be 12 months, it might be 24 months, but here there's no restriction. You can purchase a lot like what we did. We purchased our lot in 2010 and we didn't start building until 2017, February of this year. So that gives you the opportunity to design. After you've purchased and got your dream lot, you can design and do planning and do savings for everything that you need if you plan on building a house on your lot. Good morning, sweetie. Good morning. I have some food for you. Yes, that's for you. That is for you. Except for the bananas, they're for me. I just got...
Thank you for waiting. Hello.
Yes.
Yes, Sir Jim. Upon checking, unit is preparation for painting. After painting, they will forward to assembly, and then after assembly, forward to quality inspection. So if the unit will possible, if the unit will possible to release, Mr. Jimmy will call you for the arrangement of repair schedule.
Okay, all right. Hopefully very soon.
Tentative, maybe this Wednesday or Thursday this week.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you very much, Sheena.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So anyway, that was kind of weird because I received it, and I could see her. It was Sheena from Toyota when the phone call came in. So I answered it, and oh, she dialed the wrong number. She accidentally dialed me, but I thought this is a great opportunity to ask, what's the status of my vehicle? Well, as you heard, Wednesday, they said possibly, tentatively, Wednesday or Thursday of I think she said next week, but I think it's this week. Maybe she said this week. And that would put it to the, because I dropped it off last Thursday early in the morning, and she said 5 to 7 days. So that would be 5 to 7 days. So we'll see. I hope to get a phone call soon. But right now the fender is being painted, and then they will do assembly and do quality control and everything like that. So that's good. So I hope I hear from them soon. I need my truck. So I came down into the basement, and I actually came down to the basement to see if there was any activity going on down here. There's really nothing going on down here. The main focus today, it seems like, is again some of the ceiling work that's being done inside on the first and the second floor, and they're digging that the footers for the fence on the outside. Again, nobody is touching any of this stuff. I really want to get all this cleared out, and the priority, I would rather them do this. Much rather finish this than mess with the fence in the front, and I'll express that to my builder when he comes in. He's usually in around 9:30 or something like that. But while I was down here, and I noticed it yesterday, I went over here to where we have the routing of some of the Cat 6 cables. And I have 2 Cat 6 cables here, 1 and 1, and of course there's not going to be 2 devices here. So that led me to believe this Cat 6 cable, and I seem to remember when we ran all the pipe through the house, all the conduit for all the connections, I seem to remember the one on this side went to the TV inside the great room, and this one goes to a future device if we want to put anything inside the basement. And so, which means this one is not a full run if it's terminated right here, and there is no secondary connection that goes to the control box, the cabinet that we have all of our utilities going in. And I was very specific that I wanted to have individual single lines, no splices, no couplers all the way inside. So luckily the electrician was here this morning. His name is Noel, and I went to him. I said, "Is this what I think it is? Is this the one that goes to the TV and the great room?" He said, "Yes." I said, "So what's it going to connect to?" He said, "This other cable." And I said, "Well, it can't connect to this other cable because this other cable is for a different device, and you just can't." I don't think he understands networking. You just can't splice devices in network. Every network device has to have its own run to a switch or a router inside your network. So he's like, ah. So I asked them if possible if we can have a single run. If not, they would have to do a coupler inside there. But I prefer one single run. That was my my requirement, and he's going to try to fix that today. So we'll see. Man, how are you today? You know there's food over in Bahay Kubo. Hey, you know there's food? Come here. Why don't you go over to Bahay Kubo? There's food. Go ahead. There's food. Go. There's food. Go ahead. Go. There's food. I have food for you. Bahay, go. Food. There's food over there. Go. There's food. Go ahead. Go. You have no idea what I'm saying, do you? Alright, I'm gonna have to walk you over there if you want some food. I don't want to walk all the way around. You may... Go. Let's go eat. Come on, guys. Come on. Here you go. Hop on. Here. Hop on. Want food? There you go. Here. Yeah. So in the natural tradition of sharing around here, we're actually sharing some of our soil with the subdivision themselves. This is the folks that actually work internally here, and they're taking some of the soil. They have some repair work that they have to do in a pump area, I believe it is, where the water station is, and they needed some soil. So we're going to donate some of our soil to that. So anyway, I just talked with the foreman of the developer here who's in charge of the project that they're working on for removing some of the soil here for their needs. And they're pulling the soil right now from our footer holes over here. And I asked them, do you need more? And they're like, yeah, they're going to come back and get some more. So I said, can you come back and get this soil here? We could knock out two birds with one stone, so to say. We have to get rid of this anyway, and they need soil, so we can have both of them done at the same time. Well, somebody was asking the other day, I think it was yesterday, about the status of some of the plants that I'm growing here around the Baje Cubo. And I really haven't focused too much on the plants because I've been focusing a lot. There's a lot of stuff going on in the house every single day now, and I've kind of gotten away from a lot of this. I thought most of your attention would be at the very beginning when you're doing the columns and forms and the slabs and all that kind of stuff. But really, I think more of the attention, more of the things that are going on is towards the end when you start getting into some of the finishing and things like that. Because when you're doing all the concrete stuff, the steel reinforcement of concrete, it's all one focus, and the whole team is working on mostly on that focus on there. So it's easy to concentrate on one area. So now you have people doing the plaster work for the board, the plaster board that's on for the ceilings and the finishing products. Then you have the people who are still doing skim coat. You have people that are doing the gutters, you have people that are doing digging, you have people that are doing painting, you have people, there's just so many things. Oh, my electrician is here today, my plumber is here today. We're working on some of the plumbing for the drainage. We have a full team, a team of 3 or 4 guys right now because I said that as a priority. So there's so many things, and it's very hard to be able to focus on all the different things at one time. So I haven't had the chance, let's get back to where I started. I really haven't had a chance to really talk too much about, somebody was asking about the pineapple plant. Well, the pineapple plant is still nice and green. I would be willing to bet if I pull this out right now, it would be root bound inside, and it really needs to be put into something deeper. But we're so close to getting grading and doing some landscaping and stuff like that. I will keep it in here as long as it is healthy and it's nice and green and we're not having any problem. He'll stay in here, and then we'll start doing it, because I'm going to have a pineapple raised bed of probably 16 or 20 pineapples. I want to do that. And then remember mango. This is mango Medusa, because you can still see all of the trunks that are coming up with that one. But she's doing fine inside the planter right there, the pot. And then I have these I put on the side. I wanted to evaluate between growing directly in the earth and growing in the pot, and they both seem to be doing really well. And remember the original one, the very first one, and that's this one over here. Let me move this guy over here, because look at the trunk on this one. And the reason it's hanging over is because it doesn't need the support anymore. Let me see if I can get rid of the support. Anyway, you can see the trunk on this mango. It's actually doing really good. And what I need to do with this one here, if I want to keep it and actually do something with it, is I need to top it. I need to come up here and snap it off at a certain point, so it will get more growth at the top and start forming more like a tree with leaves on the side. So I'll do that at some point. And of course, you see all the avocado here. It's doing well along with the baby avocado. Look at the leaf on this avocado inside of here, and that's in this tiny pot that we have right here. We have several avocados. I think I have some avocados somewhere else around here. And then we have this is the jackfruit. Look at the jackfruit tree. I probably need to turn this guy around a little bit. I've been ignoring these so much. These are jackfruit also. I have 2 jackfruits over here. And then let's see, what else do we have? Oh, there's the other avocado that's right over there. Avocado over there. And then of course all the coconuts or seedlings, coconut tree seedlings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I had 12. I think originally I had 13, then I had one that was infested by the ants. And then I have this one. This is the one I got from Ramil, he's my friend that lives inside Anilao. And he gave me this. This was the biggest one. His was the biggest one to begin with. I need to trim that bottom one. But it's about, this one here is about, it's 5.5 foot tall. It's almost 2 meters tall. About a meter and a half, this one right here. And of course you see the papaya. The papaya, and this is the one that I got from the mother of my builder, my contractor. And this is the one that I just pulled out of the woods. And I have to trim the yellow leaves off of this one right here. I think most of the yellow leaves that we have on here are pretty much from when they were building around here and like the heavy equipment bumped into it or something like this. And I believe you can pull all these. I think these are considered like suckers, which actually take away some of the energy from the growth of the papaya itself. If this is anything like, I worked in tobacco farms before, and this is what you do on a tobacco farm. On a tobacco plant, you pull off the things that are called suckers, and it actually stimulates the growth more of the things on the blossoms, or in tobacco it would be the tobacco leaf itself. So one of the things I like doing, I'm kind of crooked because I'm sitting on the corner of the bamboo on the on Bahay Kubo. So anyway, one of the things I like doing is I like cutting off the yellow leaves off the banana plants. Most of the people don't do it around here. They just let it fall, and they don't consider the banana plant as a decorative item. I don't think that they do. I believe the banana plant is absolutely beautiful. It makes an attractive addition to your tropical garden that you have. So what I normally do, even on my banana plants inside my house in Charleston, things like these right here. So what I do is I come up and I cut it while it's still green here, and I'll cut these off like this, and I'll trim it, and it also promotes more growth, more healthier growth for the other banana leaves on the way up. And then eventually it's going to produce, most of them will produce bananas for you. My experience has been, once you get bananas from that particular banana plant one season, they don't bear bananas anymore. I suspect that it's the same for the bananas over here in the Philippines, but I will give you an update from year to year as we're growing our bananas on our farm in our backyard. All right, well, all cleaned up, and except for a couple of things over here, and some pieces of trash, but I cleaned up, I'm talking about with the trimming of. So doesn't that look much better? Look at the banana plants. No more of the yellow leaves on there. No more of the yellow leaves on the papaya. I think much better. Well, they do say cleanliness is next to godliness, so I want to stay right up there in those priorities. So you're probably wondering, why do I have such a funky hairdo right now? I didn't have a brush, and I had to take a field shower out here earlier because I spent the morning. That's why it's almost lunchtime now, and we don't have a lot of what's going on in content. I spent the whole morning You see this whole area, remember what it looked like? The big mound of dirt and all the trenching and all inside there. I cleared this whole thing myself this morning. I put on my swimming trunks, took off my shirt, and put on some gloves, grabbed my shovel, and I did all the grading here myself. Just semi-grade. It still has to go down just a little bit, but what I want to do, my objective was to get the slant a little bit towards the outside and a little bit this way. And the other thing I have to do, this ground is so hard, and it's still, we haven't had enough dry periods here for it to start crumbling, so it's like clay kind of material right now, even though it's very fertile soil, topsoil, but it's very difficult to dig. It's like when you step in it, you'll actually sink down. I was up almost to the top of my boots a couple of times inside this when I was doing some of the work. We still need some grading, because when we do get those bad storms, we wanted to go this way and just continue going back by the cistern. But that's what I did all this morning, and I spared you seeing me in my swimming trunks and my naked top again today. It probably wouldn't have been a kind sight to see. When I came in this morning, the workers were actually doing the footers for the fencing in the front of the house. And I'd already, remember I discussed with my builder, the priority was the roof. And then other than the roof, the number one priority is getting the drainage in, the waterproofing, everything for the basement and the driveway and everything like that. So we can start getting water away, doing the waterproofing, doing backfill, so we're dried in for the basement. So I thought the priority for working out on the fencing was not a priority. So I asked him kindly if he would move his men from that to let's get back on what's the number one focus, which should be today. Number one focus is the driveway and the waterproofing and the pipes and the drainage and things like that, drying in the basement. So he did. He diverted everybody. So you can see now we have the gravel down there. We have the rebar, and this is for the retaining wall. So that's going to be for the it's going to be like the bond beam for the retaining wall inside there. So they'll work on that. They also were working on doing some of the trenching, more of the trenching, so that we have a clear path to the storm sewer. So they are working on that as well. So we do have some active actions going on today for the number one priority, other than the roof, which is drainage. So they're working on that now, and I appreciate him accommodating me on that. Another thing was, you saw earlier, we had the tractor that came in from the development, and the tractor was grabbing our soil that we had here, which is good because we need to move the soil anyway. So what I did was I asked them, instead of grabbing the soil from where they're digging the footers out there, I asked them if they wouldn't mind, because we have to move the soil anyway. All the soil right here in the driveway, all of this has to get out of there. So I said, can you grab this soil and put into the wagon behind the tractor instead of grabbing the soil that we're just now digging, because this has to move. I spoke with my builder about that too. I said, why not take advantage of the opportunity? We've been given an opportunity. Let's take advantage of it. It will save us time and effort. And he said, yeah. And they said, yeah. So what I did was we pulled our team off from the other things and assisted them moving that out. So you can see we got about a little over a third of the soil that was right here, about a third, roughly a third. And they pulled it, and I asked them, I hope you need more soil, because I would like to get rid of all of that today if possible. So we'll see if they come back after lunch. So that's what I was concerned about today. All the other things that are going on, the ceiling work, the stainless steel gutters, which again, that's the number one priority to get the beginning of the roof and tile to go on. But all the other things that are going on are secondary to getting the basement dried in. And let's get that done and move away from that. So anyway, I'm gonna grab some lunch. It's lunchtime, and I brought some tuna, and I have some leftover Pandasol from the Pandasol boy this morning, the bicycle Pandasol boy, because the motorcycle guy was a little bit late today, and you just grab whoever comes into the neighborhood, and the bicycle boy was the first one, and I grabbed some from him. And so I have that, and I have some sabah that I got from the fruit and vegetable vendor this morning. So I should have a healthy lunch today. So let me get that, and then we'll get back onto the job site. Well, anyway, I have the family of, remember the excavator, the digger, and the and the loader and all. The folks that have that, their family also does landscaping. And I've had several visits by the family here. We're still looking for a landscaper to help with some of the landscaping. Of course, I normally like doing all the landscaping myself, but on a project, especially at the very beginning of a project, it doesn't hurt to engage some other outside sources to help you, because especially anything that has to do with a lot of digging and a lot of planting, and of course you get it done much quicker if you have professionals. So I'm talking with them right now, and that's the family right over there, and I'm going to take some pictures of some of the projects that they've worked on before, and I have to make them contact my my asawa, my wife, because what she wants to do. This is our idea. This is our idea of landscaping. For the backyard, I want to do something that's tropical and something similar to our Japanese botanical gardens, with a koi pond, some rolling hills, some rolling features, not a flat topography, but some rolling with some bluegrass going over it, and some low-lying plants and shrubs, and some nice shade trees that are like, let's say, dwarf variety, so they're not giant trees, and at the same time we need to maintain the integrity of having some farm positions inside here for planting and growing some raised bed gardens, some of the trees like the papaya and things like this. I think we can achieve it. It's a lot to expect in a small backyard like we have right here, but people have done more with less in the past, and it's how you actually do your presentation, how you do your design. So we're going to talk with them about that as well. I'm talking about some boulders for some water features and things like that. So I got to get my camera, because I got to take a picture of some of the things that they have inside your display book, and they have to contact my wife, because in the back I want the botanical gardens. Oh, I didn't even talk about what my wife wants. I should have talked about that first. And she wants in the front, she wants something like a Japanese Zen garden, and a Zen garden is a drier. Botanical gardens are wetter. You have water features and things like that, and a Zen garden is stone. It's a lot of calmness. It's stone and very small amount. The bluegrass would work perfect in that environment up there. The features are mainly earth features without the water, and sometimes you can put a very simple water feature, say like a stone that stands up about this tall, that just has an overflow that goes down into a reservoir underneath, and it just keeps pumping it back and forth. You can do that as long as it's not overwhelming with water. So anyway, I need to get them in contact with her so she can approve her design and I can approve mine, and then what they'll do is they'll give us a drawing and a proposal. That's the word I was looking for, proposal. And they'll draw everything out, and we'll see if it's something, if the price is right and the concept is right, then we will select them, or we'll continue looking. We've had several landscapers come to us, and we haven't made a decision yet.
Very nice start patas ng lupa.
I had an open invitation by one of the neighbors to stop in the yard at any time, and his gardener's name, I introduced to him previously very early when I was walking here, and it's Jimmy, and this is Jimmy over here. And he is probably one of the best. You can see by this yard right here, he is probably the #1 gardeners and landscaper and manicures of a yard that anybody I've seen in pretty much any place, especially Tierra Maria right here. And the owner of the lot was gracious enough to say anytime I want to I could stop by. So I'm stopping by now with my landscaping folks here, and I'm showing them in particular a lot of the plants and vegetation that I would like to plant on ours. But they have plants like this, and this is absolutely beautiful. And this is what you're trying to achieve when you are doing landscaping, and to get contrast between a bushy plant like this that gives the characteristics a little bit of like a bamboo, but it's not. I don't think it's bamboo. I don't.
Miagus.
I'm gonna look this one up. But if you have a different color, like the lighter color contrast in this one right here for a border, it makes an absolutely beautiful plant right here, as well as these. The spectrum of all the different plants that my friend has in his yard is just absolutely magnificent, and they've done a wonderful job. And I love potted bamboo, because sometimes bamboo can be evasive. You have clumping bamboo, and then you have the bamboo that spreads. I have both at my home in the US, and what I found is the bamboo that spreads, it is a nightmare when you got to try to get rid of it, because it's so evasive. It will take over your yard. So a good thing to do, even if you have the kind that's evasive, if you put a border around it, or if you put it inside in a pot, some way that you can restrict the growth of the root system. You have the beautiful bamboo without the effects of the spreading that you can possibly get. I like the natural look. Yeah, this is beautiful here. And this is like bonsai. You see this?
Bonsai.
Yeah, and this is similar to some of the plants that we'll do in the Zen garden in the front. For my wife will be looking for plants very similar to that.
Bonsai.
Bonsai. She will be looking for bonsai. Yes.
Bonsai.
Yeah. And like I said the other day when we were down here, the red palm right here, and that's what they call it. They call it the red palm. And I want several of these in our landscape as well, along with these very nice trimmed ornamental bushes or hedges that they have here. These normally they will bush out, and if you trim these properly, then you cut off all of them as they're growing down here, and then they sprout out. Then you can shape them into pretty much any type of a shape that you want. It's an absolutely gorgeous house and a gorgeous yard that my friend has here. And this is the front porch here. And he has a little pond here, and the pond has no fish, but it does have a turtle. So as you can see, while I was gone looking at landscaping, the concrete machine, the mixer started up again, and we are doing the beam that goes underneath the retaining wall, plus that area right there by the driveway. That is just the base where we're going to put the trench inside there for the pipes that are going to go through. We have a pipe and we have a trench. We have a pipe that's going to be part of the perforated pipe here, and then we have a trench that's going to be graded there, that's going to be separate from the perforated pipe. So we have multiple pipes that are going to evacuate, and that's good, because you don't want them all connected together and cause congestion like traffic on a highway. So great news, I just got a phone call from Sheena at Toyota Batangas, and they told me my truck is ready for pickup. It's done. It's all quick, boom. That was so fast. I thought it was going to be another 3 or 4 days. So it's ready, and we will take a road trip tomorrow. We will go to Batangas City. We'll pick up my truck, stop at Wilcon, of course, because I want to get those tiles for the grill over there, and then we'll head back as soon as possible. They said it's ready for release at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. I don't think I'm going to make it at 8 a.m. I'll be lucky if I can get down to SM at 8 a.m. So I got to take the jeepney, and I got to do that all convoluted transportation thing. But we will head to Batangas City tomorrow, and I'm a happy man. Well, anyway, here it is, the end of the day. I need to get packed up. I have to bring a couple that live here in the subdivision tonight. I got to take them to the airport, so I'm going to be in Manila tonight. So I need to get back to the apartment. I need to get a shower and get prepared to carry them out there and then drive back here from Manila. So anyway, today was a pretty good day. As a matter of fact, diverting attention from the fence on the front to some of the driveway stuff, so it actually paid off, and that was my request to my builder. Let's focus, let's get and he had the plumbing people out. They did some more of the digging that goes to the storm sewer, so we're focusing on that. Tomorrow morning, that is, I will be on the road because I have to go pick up my vehicle. Remember, my vehicle is ready. I will be down in Batangas City at the Toyota dealership down there picking that up, so that's going to consume most of my morning. I probably won't be back out here until probably 1 or 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, I suspect, with all the transportation requirements and picking up the vehicle, sign and everything like that, and getting back here. Maybe by lunchtime. It's a possibility. Depends on what time I get up in the morning and actually get down to the bus terminal at SM Lipa. So anyway, I'm going to close for today. Tomorrow is going to be Tuesday, and I think it's going to be build day 198, if I can remember. I don't remember what today's build day is. We're going to call it 198, unless today's 198 and it'll be 199. I don't know, but we'll figure that out in the morning when we get started. So anyway, if you enjoyed today's video, please give me a thumbs up. Please share, and if you have not subscribed, just click on that little My PI Dream heart in the bottom right hand side of your screen. You'll be subscribed, and then you will be notified each time I upload a new video. So until tomorrow, you have a wonderful and blessed day.